Hello students, in this video we will discuss the concept of discount in accounting and obviously their treatment while passing journal entries. But first of all, we must know what do we mean by discount and are there any types of discount. As we guys are aware that discount means relaxations of price. Any kind of relaxation in price is called discount. But perhaps we do not know that discount is of two types. First one is trade discount. Another one is cash discount. What do we mean by discount? A relaxation of prices is called discount. It is of two types. One is trade discount and another one is cash discount. Now the question arises, what is the basic difference between these two types of account? Who gives this discount to whom? And what is the purpose behind it? Obviously, any kind of discount, whether it is trade or it is cash, it is given by seller to buyer. Obviously, any kind of discount is given by seller to the buyer. Obviously, buyer cannot give any discount, only seller has the authority to give discount. Now, what is the meaning of trade discount? Guys, you must have visited any of the showroom in your entire life and you must have seen boards such as like this: 10% off, 20% off, buy one get one free, like this. These kind of discounts which are there on MRP and are available for everybody, these kind of discounts are called trade discount. Now, what is the purpose of giving this trade discount? Obviously, the basic purpose is enhancement of sales. एक दुकानदार अपनी sales improve करना चाहता है. The purpose may be stock clearance. As we see, when the winter season ends, obviously there is heavy discount on winter collection, as well as when summer season is done, then there is discount on summer collections. So for giving trade discount, the purpose of seller is to enhance its sales, and obviously it may be related to stock clearance, so that these discounts are offered on MRP. These are generally offered on MRP, and I know you guys have understood the meaning of MRP, maximum retail price. Now, what is the purpose of cash discount? As we know, in business, goods can be sold on cash as well as on credit, and definitely no business can be run only on cash or only on credit. To run a business properly, हमें दोनों की ही मदद चाहिए. We need combination of both, cash भी as well as credit भी. But when there are credit terms, especially in business to business transactions, when one business sells its goods to another business, the payment term may be consisting of 60 days, 90 days, 100 days. The seller thinks, from the point of view of seller, once sale is made, the money he is eligible to receive, but he will receive the money only after the expiry of that particular period. That means for that particular time, his money is being blocked, or as you guys are aware, फ्यूचर इज अनसर्टेन. कल कुछ भी हो सकता है. जिस पर्सन को आपने गुड्स बेची है कैन बी टर्न्ड बैंकरप्ट, ही मे बी इन अ फाइनेंशियल क्राइसिस. सो एज ए सेलर, माई पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू इज टू रिसीव माई मनी एज सुन एज पॉसिबल. टू रिसीव माई मनी एज सुन एज पॉसिबल. Obviously, you guys must have heard this. A bird in hand, worth two in the bush. a bird in hand worth two in the bush. Going on that principle only, the seller wants कि जल्दी से जल्दी उसका पैसा कैश में कन्वर्ट हो जाए, so that he is risk free and he can utilize the money, he can utilize that money for purchasing further goods, for earning further profits. So a cash discount is allowed by seller to buyer for early realization of cash. Early realization of cash. Now this word may be new to you guys. Earlier you have related the word realization to something feeling. We feel, we realize. But no, in accounting, realization means conversion of anything into cash is called realization. So the purpose behind giving cash discount is for early realization of debtors into cash. We guys are aware, जब हम किसी को क्रेडिट पे गुड्स बेचते हैं, when we sell the goods on credit to somebody, that person becomes our debtor, and जब हम उससे पैसा रिकवर करवा लें, जल्दी से जल्दी रिकवर करवाएं, इसके लिए हम उसको कैश डिस्काउंट ऑफर करते हैं कि भाई अगर आप हमें इतने कम समय में पेमेंट करते हो, देन वी विल रिलैक्स 5% और 10% ऑफ मनी. दिस काइंड ऑफ डिस्काउंट इज कॉल्ड कैश डिस्काउंट. सो दोनों का पर्पस अलग अलग है. टीडी, trade discount, the main purpose behind is encashment of sales and obviously stock clearance, and the main purpose behind cash discount is early realization of cash. Now the important thing is, trade discount is not recorded in the books of account. Not recorded in the books of account. It is calculated. Remember guys, it is calculated but not recorded in the books of account. But this is recorded in the books of account. Now why this is not recorded in the books? What is the logic behind it? It's common sense. Suppose you went to a shop to buy a jeans and the offer there is 20% off on every article. So when you picked up the jeans, you say the MRP was there 2000 rupees. Obviously 2000 minus 20%, 400 as discount, you will pay to him 1600. Once you come home, anybody will ask you kitne ki khareedi, and definitely you will say 1600. You will never say 2000, 20% off, because the money what matters, the amount that was there was 1600 and it was for everybody. Now what is cash discount? Suppose I am a seller and I sold the goods to a buyer for rupees 1 lakh at 10% trade discount. So goods costing 1 lakh, 10% trade discount, so 10,000 will be discount. So the basic deal price is 90,000. That means I am eligible to receive 90,000 from that person. But the payment terms were that he will give me payment after 60 days. So my money is blocked for next couple of months. So I placed a new condition that if you make payment today, I will give you 5% CD. CD stands for cash discount. Because he owes me 90,000, 5% of 90,000, I will give him discount of 4,500. That means he is liable to pay me only 55,500. Here the price of goods sold is 90,000. क्योंकि माल तो मैंने उसको 90 का ही बेचा ना बच्चा, तो गुड्स का प्राइस 90,000 होगा, बट आई विल रिसीव कैश ओनली 85,500. रेस्ट 4,500 विल बी डिस्काउंट अलाउड. दैट डिस्काउंट आई हैव अलाउड टू माई डेटर, जो मैंने अपने डेटर को दिया. सो गाइस, टीडी को बुक्स में रिकॉर्ड नहीं करना है. टीडी विल नेवर बी रिकॉर्डेड इन द बुक्स, while CD, cash discount, will be recorded in the books of accounts. Now let us cite some example to understand the concept elaborately. So guys, here are 3 transactions जिनके कॉम्बिनेशन से हम जरा TD और CD को अच्छे से समझेंगे. Let's concentrate on first one only. First one says bought goods from Dinesh. We have purchased goods from Dinesh of list price of 50,000. Guys, list price means MRP. हमने दिनेश से 50,000 की गुड्स खरीदी है एट 10% ट्रेड डिस्काउंट. सो हाउ टू रिकॉर्ड दिस ट्रांजेक्शन? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी मस्ट अंडरस्टैंड the print rate, the MRP price of the goods is 50,000, but there is a scheme of 10% TD which is available to everybody. Hence, effective price of these goods are 45,000, not 50,000. So in our books of account, this calculation do not find its place anywhere. What is the main price? What is the amount of that transaction is 45,000. Though MRP is 50,000, but because there is 10% discount, so ultimately we are liable to pay to Dinesh only 45,000 rupees. Now, how to pass journal entries? You have learned with it. Which two accounts have been affected? You have purchased goods. Obviously, one account affected is goods and another one is Dinesh. As you guys are aware, goods is a nominal account while Dinesh is a personal account. Now, how to pass entry for that? The second step is to understand the application of rule of nominal as well as the rule of personal account. What does nominal account rule says? It says debit all expenses, credit all incomes. So guys, you are buying goods. Goods kharidna is an expense for you or income for you? Definitely it is an expense. So put it on the debit side. The rule for personal account says debit the receiver and credit the giver. Just concentrate on Dinesh, whether Dinesh is receiving something or giving something. Definitely Dinesh is giving us goods, so Dinesh is giver. Being giver, he must be credited. So purchases, that means goods account must be debited and Dinesh must be credited. So entry will become, as you are aware, entry will become purchases account debit to Dinesh with 45,000. And in the chapter, the basic accounting terms, we have discussed the term creditor. The person from whom you have purchased anything on credit becomes your creditors. So after this transaction, Dinesh becomes our creditor for rupees 45,000. We owes 45,000 to Dinesh. हमने अभी दिनेश से गुड्स खरीदी हैं तो हमने दिनेश को 45,000 पे करने हैं. That is first transaction for you. Now second transaction says goods returned to Dinesh of the list price of 5,000. भाई हम गुड्स ले आए, उसमें से कुछ गुड्स हमें पसंद नहीं आई और मे बी सम गुड्स आर डिफेक्टिव, सो वी हैव रिटर्न्ड इट टू दिनेश. हमने गुड्स दिनेश को वापस कर दी. अब गाइस एक बात बड़ी ध्यान देनी है. वन थिंग इज टू बी रिमेंबर्ड, व्हेन यू हैव बोट गुड्स एट ट्रेड डिस्काउंट एंड इन केस यू आर रिटर्निंग एनीथिंग आउट ऑफ इट, द ट्रेड डिस्काउंट विल ऑटोमेटिकली बी फॉलोड ऑन देन returned goods. The trade discount will automatically be applicable on that returned goods. It is as simple as that. You have bought a jeans having MRP of 2,000 but having a trade discount of 20%. So effectively you have bought it for 1,600. But somehow you want to return it for any instance, for any case, you want to return it. Now, if you go to that shop and how much money you will ask for, 1,600 or 2,000? What you will say that you have given me discount, but I don't want to give you back. So I want to give it for 2,000. No, because when you have bought the goods under a trade discount, the goods will also be returned under the same rate of trade discount. So when you are returning goods to Dinesh, just keep in mind the MRP of those goods is 5,000. 10% discount is applicable. Hence, the price for them will be 4,500. The effective price will be 4,500. Now you are returning goods to Dinesh. Obviously, then two accounts are affected, goods as well as Dinesh. As we are aware, goods is a nominal account and Dinesh is a personal account. What is the rule for personal account? Debit का receiver, credit का giver. Now concentrate on Dinesh, whether he is receiving something, he is giving something. Obviously, we are returning goods to Dinesh. The goods are moving from our side to Dinesh. So, he is receiver of goods. Being receiver, he should be debited. Now, focus on goods. It is a nominal account, but remember now it is a new term for you guys. When you have purchased goods, it became your expenses. But due to whatever reason, you are returning it. That means it is lowering your expenses. ये आपके expenses को reduce कर रहा है. जब आप खरीद के लाए थे, your expenses towards goods were 45,000. Somehow जब आप वापस कर रहे हो, that means you are nullifying the above transaction to such an extent that means it is reduces your expenses. And in accountancy, as we have discussed on the class itself, when you are to reduce, there are no sign of minus in accounting. In accounting, minus means just opposite side, just reverse it. So when we have purchased the goods, we have put it on the debit side. When you are returning it, put it on the reverse side, that is credit side. So entry will become Dinesh debit to purchase return. At the time of purchasing goods, you were using the word purchases. At the time of returning the same, we will use the word purchase return. For how much amount you are returning? 4,500. Clear guys? Both these transactions. अब जो समझने वाली बात है, now the common sense apply. How much money we owes to Dinesh? How much money we owes to Dinesh? As per first transaction, we have purchased goods for rupees 45,000. In second transaction, we have returned the goods having effective value of 4,500. That means Dinesh is now our creditor for net of 40,500. हमने दिनेश से 45,000 की गुड्स खरीदी, आउट ऑफ विच 4,500 की गुड्स हमने उसको रिटर्न कर दी. तो ऑब्वियसली हमने बाकी का पैसा दिनेश को देना है. दैट मीन्स नाउ वी आर लायबल टू पे 40,500 टू दिनेश. नाउ व्हाट डज थर्ड ट्रांजेक्शन सेज? पेड कैश टू दिनेश. वी आर पेइंग कैश टू दिनेश अंडर ए कैश डिस्काउंट ऑफ 2%. अंडर ए कैश डिस्काउंट ऑफ 2%. तो 2% के आप डिस्काउंट पे पेमेंट कर रहे हो. गाइज यू आर लायबल टू पे 40,500. 2% का दिनेश आपको डिस्काउंट दे रहा है फॉर मेकिंग अर्ली पेमेंट. दैट मीन्स ही इज ऑफरिंग यू अ डिस्काउंट ऑफ 810 रुपीज. सो आउट ऑफ 40,500 ड्यू टू प्रॉम्प्ट पेमेंट we will get 810 rupees as discount. That means we have to pay rest of 39,690 rupees to Dinesh. Now किस किस पे इफेक्ट पड़ेगा? Obviously we are paying cash, so one account will be affected, cash. Second, we are paying cash to Dinesh, so Dinesh account will also be affected. And obviously while settling his account, he is giving us some of cash discount. So now the third account will be affected, discount. Remember guys, we have learnt about a principle called dual aspect principle, which says every transaction, every business transaction will affect a minimum of 2 accounts. It said minimum of 2 accounts. और जैसा मैंने आपको बताया था, the effect can be on more than 2 accounts. So today we have seen, as we are paying cash, so one account affected is cash. We are paying it to Dinesh, another account affected is Dinesh. And because there is some cash discount as well, and we know discount is also recorded in the books, the cash discount only, so another account will be discount allowed. Now this cash discount can also be of 2 types. Earlier discount was of 2 types, trade discount and cash discount. Now cash discount has also 2 parts. One, discount allowed, another discount received. Common sense says discount allowed. When we have given discount to somebody and discount received when someone has given us the discount. So now, guys, just think about it, whether we are giving discount to Dinesh or Dinesh is giving us the discount. Obviously, we are buyer in that instance. हमने दिनेश से goods खरीदी थी. And as we know, buyer cannot give any discount because he has no authority. All the authority lies with the seller itself. So here Dinesh is giving us discount. So from our point of view, think from our point of view, we are giving discount or we are receiving discount. Obviously we are receiving discount. So I will use the word discount received. So in this transaction, more than 3 accounts have been affected. Now identify their nature. Cash, obviously real. Dinesh, obviously personal. And as for discount, guys, discount, can it be a personal account? Is it the name of any person? No. Let's check out for real. Can it be real account? Does it exist in reality? Does it bear any physical character? No. Hence, it is a nominal account. So in this transaction, we have all 3 types of account: personal, real, as well as nominal. Just think about cash and the rule of real account. What does rule of real account says? Debit what comes in, credit what goes out. Just concentrate on cash. Whether cash is coming in or cash is going out. Definitely cash is going out. The rule says debit if it is coming in, credit if it is going out. Guys, cash coming in, going out. Definitely going out, so must be credited. Just look for Dinesh. Personal, what does this rule says? Debit the receiver, credit the giver. Just focus on Dinesh. He is receiving something, he is giving something. Definitely he is receiving cash. He must be debited. Discount, nominal. What does rule says? If it is an expense, put it on debit side. If it is an income, put it on credit side. Discount received. Guys, it is an expense for you or income for you? Definitely it is an income. So put it on the credit side. So today we have seen there is one account called named debit and rest 2 are credit. So entry will be Dinesh debit to cash account to discount received account. Entry will be Dinesh debit to cash account to discount received account. Perhaps this is the first time you are witnessing any entry where more than one account is either debited or more than one account is either credited. But this kind of entries, this type of entries where more than one account is either debited or more than one account is either credited. These type of transactions are called, these type of entries are called compound entry. Compound means mixture of 2 entries. ये 2 entries का mixture है, 2 या 2 से ज़्यादा entry का mixture है. Obviously as we go ahead, हम आपको 2 entries को जोड़ना भी सिखाएंगे, ऐसी entries को 2 में split करना भी सिखाएंगे. But for the time being हम इसे ऐसे ही सीखेंगे. A transaction happened which had its effects on 3 accounts, and with the virtue of our knowledge we have decided what to be debited and what to be credited. Now biggest challenge will be to fill the amounts in it. How you can fill the amount? It is easiest to fill the amount of cash first. Just concentrate and let me know how much cash has gone out of your pocket. अभी पेमेंट करते समय आपकी जेब से कितना कैश गया है? Obviously we are to pay 40,000 something to him, out of which he has given us the discount of 800 something. That means we have made payment of 39,690. So whatever cash has been gone out of your pocket, put it against the account, cash account. Now, how much discount you have received? Undoubtedly, you have received 810 rupees as discount. With reference to दिनेश, आपका दिनेश से कितने रुपए का सेटलमेंट हो गया? Of what amount you have settled with Dinesh either by virtue of paying or by virtue of receiving discount. So you have settled 40,500 rupees from Dinesh. इस एंट्री का मतलब ये है कि हमने दिनेश के 40,500 देने थे. ही वॉज अवर क्रेडिटर. कैसे देने थे? वी हैव परचेज गुड्स वर्थ रुपीज 45,000, out of which we have returned goods worth rupees 4,500. That means मोटे मोटे तौर पे कहूँ तो हमने उसके 40,500 देने थे, out of which he allowed us a discount of 2%. तो after discount we have made payment of 39,690. So इससे हमारा हिसाब क्लियर हुआ 40,000 का, out of which 39,000 we have paid in cash and for rest 800 rupees we have received the discount. I hope कुछ क्लियर हुआ होगा बच्चों. अभी और ट्रांजेक्शन्स देखते हैं इससे रिलेटेड. चलिए guys, now we have a set of 3 entries for making you understand the concept of discount again. The first entry says sold goods to Kamal of list price of 70,000. Remember, list price means MRP less trade discount of 20%. Sold goods to Kamal. Party's name is there. There is nothing mentioned about cash. Hence, it means goods have been sold on credit. That means we have sold the goods to Kamal on credit. So guys, goods having MRP price of 70,000, but there was a discount of 20%, hence 14,000 discount. Then effective transaction price of goods is 56,000. आपको इस MRP को कहीं नहीं दिखाना. You need not show this MRP. You need not show this trade discount anywhere. For you, the main amount, the amount of transaction is 56,000. So transaction will be seen as if we have sold goods worth rupees 56,000 to Kamal. So you have sold goods to Kamal. Which accounts will be affected by this transaction? Obviously, one account will be Kamal's account and another will be goods account. As you guys are aware, Kamal is a personal account and goods is a nominal. As we are aware guys, Kamal is a personal account while goods is a nominal account. Just focus on Kamal and just reiterate the rule of personal account. The rule of personal account says debit the receiver, credit the giver. Just focus on Kamal. Today only he is receiving something or he is giving something. Obviously today only he is receiving goods, becomes receiver. Being receiver, he should be debited. What about goods? It's a nominal account. The rule for nominal account says if it is expense, put it on the debit side. If it is income, put it on the credit side. So guys, now today we are selling goods. Obviously we are selling it for earning profit. So it means today they represent our income, and being income it should be credited. So guys, entry will become Kamal debit to sales account 56,000. Kamal debit to sales account 56,000. In business language, what will be our relation with Kamal? Definitely Kamal will be our debtor. As we have understood in our previous classes, any person to whom you have sold goods on credit, the person will be called your debtor. So हमने कमल से पैसे लेने हैं, he will be called our debtor for rupees 56,000. Now what does second transaction says? Kamal returned goods. Kamal returned goods of list price of 5,000. That means whatever goods he has returned having an MRP of 5,000. But we are aware when we have sold goods to Kamal, we have sold it on 20% trade discount. So when the goods will be returned, the discount will automatically be applicable. Hence, the effective price of those goods which have been returned will be rupees 4,000. So what two accounts will be affected? Obviously goods and Kamal. And we are aware one is nominal account and another one is personal account. Just focus on Kamal, whether Kamal is receiving something or giving something. Definitely he is returning us the goods. So Kamal is giver. Being a giver should be credited. Goods. The rule says debit all expenses, credit all incomes. In the above transaction, we have sold goods, hence they have generated our income, hence we have credited it. But in this particular transaction, as he has returned goods, that means our income is decreased, our revenue is decreased. So if we know our income has credit balance, and if we are to decrease it, we have to just put it on the opposite side, hence it should be debited. So goods should be debited and Kamal should be credited. Earlier we have known that goods have two names. One is purchase, another one is sales. Now we have learned that in fact goods do not have two names, it has four names. Purchases, sales, purchase return as well as sales return. So when we sold the goods, we use the term sales. When goods which were earlier sold came back, were returned by the customer, will be called sales return. So entry will be sales return account debit to Kamal with rupees 4,000. Sales return account debit to Kamal with rupees 4,000. अब बात आई हमारा कमल से क्या हिसाब बचा. Now what is the net amount Kamal owes to us? Under first transaction, we have sold him goods worth rupees 56,000. So he is our debtor for 56. In second transaction, he has returned goods worth rupees 4,000. That means now he owes us 52,000. उसने हमारे 52 देने हैं. Last transaction says Kamal paid us 51,000 rupees in full settlement of his account. What does that mean, full settlement? इसका मतलब है हिसाब किताब क्लियर, अब हमारा और कोई लेना देना बाकी नहीं है. But we were expected to receive 52,000 rupees. He has paid us 51,000 in full settlement. Where is that rest 1,000? That means that difference of 1,000 is being allowed as cash discount to Kamal. We have allowed this 1,000 rupees as cash discount to Kamal. Now, what accounts will be affected? कौन कौन से अकाउंट हैं जो इफेक्ट पड़ेगा? Obviously, Kamal is paying us the money, so Kamal's account will be affected. He is paying us the money, hence cash account will be affected. And we are giving him cash discount. So discount allowed account will be affected. So these three accounts are there. Kamal, personal, cash, real, discount, nominal. All the three varieties are there. Concentrate on Kamal. Rule of personal account says this person will either be receiver or giver. Just concentrate on Kamal, whether he is receiving something or he is giving something. Definitely he is making payment, he is giving something. Being giver should be credited. Focus on cash, whether it is coming in or going out. Cash, obviously coming in, debit. Discount, nominal account. The rule says if it is an expense, debit. If it is an income, credit. Guys, you have given the discount to Kamal. We have given the discount to Kamal. So for us, Is it discount allowed or discount received? Definitely discount allowed. It is our expense or it is our income? Definitely it is our expense, so must be debited. So now we are to debit two accounts and to credit one account. So entry will be cash account debit, discount allowed account debit to Kamal. ऐसी एंट्री को क्या बोलते हैं? इन विच मोर देन वन अकाउंट इज डेबिटेड और मोर देन वन अकाउंट इज क्रेडिटेड. Yes, these kind of entries are called compound entries, means mixture of two or more entries. Now, how to fill the amounts? Cash. Just focus on cash. How much money you have received? Obviously, we have received only 51,000. So put 51,000 against cash. How much discount you have allowed to Kamal? How much discount you have given to Kamal? Obviously 1000. And Kamal, with Kamal कितने रुपए का आपका हिसाब क्लियर हो गया? Kamal was your debtor for 56,000 initially. Then he has returned goods worth rupees 4,000. So effectively he was debtor for 52,000, जिसमें से हमने कुछ ले लिए और कुछ छोड़ दिए. तो ultimately we have cleared our account with Kamal worth rupees 52,000. एक बात याद रखना दोस्तों, रिमेंबर वन थिंग गाइस, द टोटल ऑफ डेबिट साइड मस्ट बी इक्वल टू टोटल ऑफ क्रेडिट साइड. लिसन केयरफुली, द टोटल ऑफ ऑल अकाउंट्स ऑन द डेबिट साइड मस्ट बी इक्वल to the total of all accounts on the credit side. If both side total does not match, that means your accounting transaction, your journal entry is incorrect. Clear guys? Hopefully आपको डिस्काउंट का कुछ समझ में आया होगा. I am sending you one assignment. First of all, please watch this video carefully, then do that assignment. Thank you.